So, welcome everyone again at CaseCamp 2014. I'm still Lance Nemes. I'm going to be hosting it. First of all, let me introduce you all, the members of the jury. First of all, the head of the jury, Zakó Erzsébet. She's head of Business Economics Department at Corvinus University of Budapest. Also member of Case Solvers Advising Board, and she's got very impressive experiences in case solving feature. Second member, György Szilágyi. We have already met. Co-founder, former Chief Financial Officer, and current Chief Product Officer of Treasury, today's topic. And he also has some very great experiences in several prestigious Hungarian and international case competencies, for example, CBS case competition. Third member, István Maklári. We had already met too yesterday. He's got an 8 years consulting experience at A.T. Kearney, Boston Consulting Group, and he's currently a senior consultant at MasterCard. He holds an MBA from Wharton Business School, also winner of multiple international case competencies for MBAs and master students. Fourth member, Dóra Janzsó. She's currently consultant at Boston Consulting Group, and also 2 times winner of Hungarian National Case Competition, and also member of the advising board together with István Maklári of Case Solvers. And fourth member, Dóra Braniszky. She's currently an Internet advisor at Portfolio and Venture Capital Fund, and she also has some very great international experiences on case competitions, both from masters and MBA students. So you know all the members of the jury. The next program point is I would like to ask someone from each group to come and let's make the draw, because we haven't decided yet the order of the presentations. So let's do it now. The last one, thanks. This is gonna be the first thing. The last one is the first thing. And you are? Team B. Okay. You can prepare slowly. Let's talk shortly about the rules of tonight's presentation session. Each team is gonna have 15 minutes for their presentation, and later on 7 more minutes for questions and answer session. I'm gonna be the timekeeper. I'm gonna be sitting right there, and I'm gonna be warning you when you have 5 minutes until the end of your presentation and 1 minute. Of course, after 15 minutes, I will kindly ask you to slowly finish your presentation. Is that clear? You have any questions, maybe? Okay. And just like always, here's our presenter. You can use it. You said Team E? Yeah. So, okay, I would like you, as the members of Team E, to start the first presentation today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That means we start in. My colleagues are Marsha, Alida, and Tamás. Myself, also Tamás. We have invented a really good service, it's a software where you can store your data in safe. Put your hands up if you have seen the JSON block trilogy. Like that. Put your hands up if you remember the bank in Swiss. It was a safe bank. Nobody? Okay. It was just a safe bank, and JSON was stored there, data there. Put your hands up or no. Stand up if you have heard about the fact that NSA spied out Merkel's telephone calls. What's the relationship between the two stories? Most of them would be happy if they could store their data at Prezentációk, I'm sure. So we have invented this Prezentációk. We provide the most secure cloud, and nobody can hack our encrypted methods. So I'm certain you will store your data by our really safe. And we really respect the private sphere of people, and even we can see your data and we can treat them. But who have invented this really software? As you can see, we are energetic, well-educated, we got degrees from Technical University, from management in last year internship, so we are really well educated and you can trust us.
Well, looking at 2014 and looking at 2017, there's going to be an increase of 62.5% in the market of people using personal cloud storage. And as we are relying more and more on technology, this is becoming very crucial and part of our daily lives to store valuable information and privacy. And that's why Prezentációk is a perfect opportunity with the security and with the encryption. Here we have Boxcryptor, which is an encrypting software which can be used in Google Drive, Dropbox. And on the other side we have some famous file sharing companies, Google Drive and Dropbox. And in the middle is Prezentációk. You can share your data and you can encrypt for the safety of the users. And again, there are a lot of competitors out there. Google, it's 190 million users. You get 5 gigabytes of free space, and you can make live changes. However, they have the authority to access. At Prezentációk, they do not have the access to user data, which is a fantastic opportunity because as a person, I would not like that Google looks at my personal data. And looking at Dropbox, again, it's famous for the security issues and no encryption, which Prezentációk has. iTunes, again, only used for Apple products. At Prezentációk, you're guaranteed security, as I said before. There's competition. 900 hackers have attempted to hack, but without success. And now further on, profit.
So let's see the product that we think we can keep up with the other these big companies. You see, it's a file sharing service basically. But what do we have that's unique? Well, customer friendly. That's not really unique, but we have a transparent interface that lets you just organize your files easily, and we get reviews, and they are always reviewed and we use the product. You can share the files, you can share files with numerous persons at one time, and there's a possibility to add notes. Just think about it, it's really good to add some notes, and you can say to the partner or something that, yeah, you have to do this and that. But what do we have that's unique? We have guaranteed safety. As my colleague said, that no one can access our files. Not even we. Treasury can see your files. No one can see. Even if you lost your password, you can't recover it. If you lose your password, you lose your access. No one. If you share it, they can see it, but apart from them, no one can see these files. So let's really see your business plan. We have this product, but how would we want to present this to the customers? We want to target our individual customers with the basic and the pro package. In the basic package, you can access to 5 to 60 gigabytes with bonuses. If you invite your friends, you get more space. And data encryption is basically the product. And you can share files up to 10 people. It's limited, but we want to motivate the people to upgrade to the pro version. And we want to introduce ads, and with this we could just lead this steady cash flow to the basic product line too. And with the pro, you won't have the ads, so you will be free from it. And with the pro, there will be an increased file size limit per file, the increased storage space, and it will be of course ad-free. With the business package, want to target small and medium enterprises. There will be 100 gigabytes of space where you can share your files. There will be an admin dashboard. That means that someone supervises these files and what's happening in the business storage space. And we could introduce this organized projects. That would be, I don't know if you are familiar with Trello, but you could organize projects online, and then if you have secure projects that you don't want anyone to have access to it, you can organize the projects there. And the one other thing that we want password protected file sharing, that if you want to open a file that you want to share, you have to have this password in advance. And the pricing would be, the basic would be free, the pro would be 10 euros per user per month, and the business would be 15 euros. And
next is the implementation of the idea. Again, we all know how Dropbox attracts attention. They say, add members, you get more storage for free, and that is how we want to approach this problem. It's really important to increase the user base, because the best kind of marketing, according to research, is consumer to consumer. Once you're impressed with the product, more people will come. And once people understand that the security for treasury, for your privacy, people will be attached to the idea. And we can use community, family deals, tasks to increase the storage space. 70% are private and 30% are small businesses currently. And finally, what we want to say is we want to focus on corporate side. We want to make it more professional. We want to make it tailor-made. So each company, each corporate can tailor-make their own type of storage device, which are custom to them. More space, faster speed. And finally, we want to add what is used in Box, the administrative checking system. So, for example, my boss, he would like to watch what I'm sharing currently. And I think it's a fantastic idea that should be implemented, at least try, because current in the market, a lot of competitors are going to try to copy the idea indirectly in order to compete, in order to attract users, to attract to their cloud system. And that's why we should take this approach. We should attempt it. We should do a simulation in order to see, does this work, in order to increase the corporate percentage from around 0 to a significant amount, which could benefit treasury and increase customer base. So, why invest now?
Thank you, Balcha. So, I think we should clarify why we are here today. It's because because Treasury is growing, and it is growing now on a monthly basis, 20% of its user base. And with this scenario, if we continue this growth, then by 2018, we will have reached 1 billion users. Although we are not as optimistic as you see on this graph. So we made up the base scenario. The base scenario is a lot more realistic. Here we say that by 2018, we're going to have a user base of 15 million people and a revenue of just below 200 million. And we also have a pessimistic scenario. When growth doesn't really work out, then we can still recover the money. So this money, we asked for this money because we would like to, as my colleague said, have an increasing user base and to reach out to new products and to conquer the corporate segment. And we do not want to miss the opportunity to scale early. And therefore, we ask right now to invest from venture capitals to invest to 2.8 million euros. And we promise that by 2016, we're going to recover this money. And by 2018, with a possible exit, we're going to provide the investors with a 53% IRR. We have the assumptions that the revenue is going to increase with the user, and we're going to have on board 12 corporates, and also we discounted with a really stark discount rate that gives for the 2.8 million investment 10% ownership and 53% IRR. So now I'm gonna wrap up the business. So we came here to have the investors' attention, and we would like to pursue three distinct goals. The first is we want to scale early and build a user base. And second, leveraging on this experience and leveraging on our competencies that we acquired, we're going to reach out to corporate base in order to have a steady cash flow. And the third one is that we have the mission to be the number one IT security company for file sharing on Earth. So thank you very much for your attention, and if you have any questions, we open up now for a Q&A session.
Yes, thank you so much. As they already said, the Q&A session opens right now, so the jury got 7 minutes.
Do you have a breakdown of what you will use the money for? What kind of expenses it will cover?
Yes, it basically will cover the development of the corporate system, because this, as you know, like this needs a lot more professional system to have the goals of the corporate met than the individuals. So that's first, and then of course, since then, Treasury will become sort of an consulting firm. That helps companies to implement IT security system. Then we calculated the labor cost of this. So right now we have 35 employees. That will grow around 2018, around 100 employees, and these are IT professionals. It's quite costly to have them aboard.
I actually meant how much for marketing, how much for people, and how much for development.
Okay, so it's development cost will take up around 50% of the whole budget, and another good 30-35% would be the cost of the personnel, the new personnel, and the other is miscellaneous cost. So this, the resources needed to actually reach these corporates.
Could you give us some more information on what could be that tailor-made corporate cloud system?
Well, the idea is that every company, corporate, will have a unique needs. So, for example, we could create a branch system which would allow, for example, the CEO look at different segments. Say, okay, the CEO, then you have the managers, and then you have the employees. That's one example that we could implement, saying, okay, he's going to check these data. The CEO has access to these data for that corporate, but also in addition, you can, just like a phone system with the SMS, the internet you can use, you can adjust the amount of space that you need, the speed that you want of the syncing, because as a huge corporate, a lot of data will be processed through.
So my question would regard the customers and the customer base, because as far as I understand currently, the corporate base is like around 0, so basically you don't have corporate customers. And like by the end of 2016, how much this share will grow, or like who would be the key customer focus of your business model?
Yeah, so in the very optimistic scenario, we count with 12 Fortune 500 companies that we can have a board. And in the more realistic scenario, we're gonna have we're gonna calculate with around 8 to 9 Fortune 500 companies who actually use our system to their global operations. So that means that these companies, we don't really have an exact price for those, because it's a system that's complex and that has to implement it in each company by itself. So, but that your question is 8 to 15 Fortune 500 companies.
And because like you also suggested that you would keep also the individual base, like businesses also.
Yes.
So like compared to that, like would you estimate that your current revenue it would come mostly from the customer, like for the corporates, or for more from the individual users?
Currently, or
no, it's like
currently right now, as you said, we don't have corporate at all. Right now it's 30% small and medium sized and enterprises, and 70% is private. And we expect that this is going to change. And around 20% we're going to account for the big corporate clients. Around 30% that will stay for small and medium sized enterprises, and the good 50%, so we will decrease the number or like percentage of the private users.
Guys, I have a very basic question, and it's really simple. Why doing all this? Seriously, you have a running business, looks to be okay, you have X number of employees, you're somewhere on the market, and now you're asking for 2.8 million, 3 million euros. I don't really understand why you need that. Why not just running business as usual, live as is? Probably sometimes Dropbox will call you and say, guys, we want to buy you, or someone else. I don't really see the urge for movement. Otherwise, then this is a case competition and you need to show some case.
Sure. I think it's leapfrogging. So there's like, we have to be first at the competition.
Why?
Because we want to grow and we want to produce numbers.
Okay.
And we want to earn money, and we want to earn money for our investors.
Okay.
So
what, current money is not enough?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because
you want the bigger Mercedes or what?
No. It's not the user base we have now. It's far from enough.
Why? Why is it far from? How do you define what is enough and what's not?
Wow, I think it's a broader question. I think the aim of a startup company is to grow bigger, and for that, I don't think that should be an optimum number of customers, and it definitely is not today. So I really don't understand the question.
Look, I was more looking for an answer that, I don't know, our fixed cost is X and we could, we are not utilizing our capacity, so we want to grow to utilize it better. Or, I don't know, we see that there's X number of customers who would be willing to pay and I would like to get them. So, telling me that startups need to grow, it's Okay, that's not enough.
I see. I think it's also our vision that we want to be the #1 IT security company serving everyone, serving from individuals to big corporations.
And if I may add to that, once we've invested so much in security, we're currently #1 in that, and we want to keep. Competition is really, really big here. 69% is already covered by Google Drive and iTunes. And so, as this is a potential growing market, and as people are going to use this for their daily lives, if we don't make the right move, if we don't invest now, we might lose.
Maybe it's better to cut right now the losses and not lose even more.
I would just recommend to answer slowly, and not slowly but quickly, and later on we can move on.
Well, you do have a fair point. I do admit that.
Yeah.
But
Thanks.
every day, there are so many individuals, so many IT specialists who can start their own business. However, this is going to such a point where small businesses are being bankrupt. And therefore, we should definitely invest in order to avoid this.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this great presentation, guys. It was the who is the second team? Team B. Okay. So Team D is coming.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Imagine endless, eternal weeks working on a high-profile project that is going to rock the industry. You put a lot of efforts into it, and it's your precious time. And what happens? Your secret files on which you've been working on together with your colleagues got hacked. And all your secret files go public. So all your work and all your plans for dominating the industry collapse. And you are left with nothing. So this is not going to happen to any company which is going to use Trezor. Living in the age of informational technology, and living in an age of globalization and constant change, we had to come up with new solutions. New solutions for new demands. New solutions for keeping up with the increasing data that we are willing to have access to, and to ease co-working with colleagues from all across the world. That's how cloud storage service has been born. And now there is a constant number of users in the private sector and in the business sector too who want to have access to these kind of services. And there are a lot of companies which try to provide solution. But what happens is that you have to make compromises. You have to choose between security and privacy and simplicity. This is what's not happening with Trezor. You don't have to make compromises because you get both safety and both simplicity.
There's an old hacker saying that states users cannot have security and simplicity at the very same time. This is the exact thing that Trezor offers for their users, both for private and for business users. If we take a look at the landscape right now, we can say that there are big names, the Google Drive, Microsoft Cloud, the Dropbox, the classical cloud storage services. But they are very, very lousy at security. Dropbox has severe security breaches since 2011, and since they have a huge number of customers already, it is very hard to change the core code and improve it. The other end is, for example, Boxcryptor. Boxcryptor provides users security, proper encryption, but they are lack of storing capacity. They cannot provide you simplicity, sharing your files, be totally in control of your data, and all in one place. You have to use both applications for that. TruthRate is the first goal. The technology behind this innovation is two-sided. The client-side encryption, it provides that even TruthRate cannot look into your files. And this end-to-end encryption is topped with the very, very secure sharing, and it allows you to share your data with your friends, colleagues, in a business circle. So it has huge opportunities that provides you. We are so sure about our technology that right now we have a hacker challenge for $50,000 to any hacker who can hack it. This has never happened before.
And if you think about why you should invest to this kind of the industry, here are some numbers. First of all, people are using, it's like 1.86 billion people using cloud storage worldwide. Then the current market value is about 150 billions, but there is 25% of users who are concerned about security of their data. And as we know, all the companies are thinking, or also the private users, migrating their data to the clouds because it's more comfortable. You can access your data no matter where are you. You just need an internet connection, or you don't have to store it in the hardware if something happens. Besides, if we think about the companies, what happens many times? There's a huge fluctuation inside the company. So if somebody is storing their data in the computer, then they can get lost. But on the cloud, you can find it no matter what. We are also aware of our main competitors, which are Dropbox, Bollix, and ShareFile. If you think about the number of users, of course, if we think about the Dropbox, they are the best. They have the best practices in case of friendly users, but lately they have a lot of security breaches. If you think about the .NET or Voxnet, they have a lot of connection with partners, factorings, but still there is just kind of the public cloud model, so somehow the security we are losing again. And if we think about the ShareFile, of course, there is a new trend about health information technology for economic and clinical health, which is trend right now, especially in Western Europe and USA. But, well, you cannot really use it in web interface, so then somehow we are losing that accessibility of the data. What we have is something that is secure and simple. And of course, if you compare the prices, you can get security, something friendly usage, for really competitive price.
And how we want to grow our business, because this is a grow game. So it's vital that we grow bigger and bigger. We are focusing on three sectors: the private clients, the SME sector, and the alley sector. We want to provide full control, and we want to provide collaboration for the private users, and they are going to get engaged with us because we offer both key issues: simplicity simply usage, and on the other side, we also provide them security. For the SME sector, we would like to promote co-working with encrypted activity log and chat, and we also would like to enable them on the short run. We'd like to enable real-time document editing. Then we also would like to integrate our services, and we would like to tailor them for the needs of large corporations, which we need some time for that, but on the short term we are going to be able to serve their needs too.
Our cash flow is based on revenue and costs. As mentioned revenues, we expected that the market in 2014 is 1.86 billion, as Hesler mentioned, and we based on this data that our main competitor, Dropbox, operated with 14% of the customers in 2011, and this means that Dropbox had 200 million of users, and we calculated with 15% CAGR, and it means that the market is 1.86 billion in 2014. In addition, we also assumed that the distribution of our customers who want and who pay for our services is about 1%. This data is based on also benchmark, and that's why, in the other hand, in cost, we calculated with fixed and variable costs such as marketing, sales, employment, and the variable costs are, of course, the storage. And in the case, if you would invest 3 million euros in our investment, you can see that we can reach the break-even point between 2016 and 2017. Also in the worst case. This is the basic scenario, and we can assume that the return on investments rate will be 250% in the next 12 years. So we can reach the break-even point in 2016, and we can reach the 250% return on investment in 2025.
We are asking you to invest 3 million euros in us right now. We are aiming to increase our private user bases, but which is much more important, increase our business clients. We would like to improve our conversion rates. We're going to show you that we are the right team to bring this to happen, because we started right out from university, and on the way we had a lot of experience. We have also very experienced advisors, both at the business side and at the engineer side. So we ask you to invest into the future of cloud storage services, to invest in treasuries. Thank you very much.
7 minutes for the jury.
Can you go back to the financial slides, please? Because there was some questions. One, can you explain anything to us in more details about what are these numbers meaning and considering previous scenarios?
Would you like the first slides?
I mean, just briefly.
Okay.
Sure. What are you?
Okay, so as you can see, here are the revenue side, which contains the 3 distribution channels of the customers, and also the costs. And then we, of course, discounted the numbers with 25%. And then we got our solution in the first year, which is a negative number. And because of the 15% of CAGR, our market share is also will improve and increase, and the market is also will improve.
This table is for 2014?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the expected market. So yeah, and important thing that we calculate with 0.01% market share for batteries. In our opinion, it's a realistic approach, maybe.
And on the course of presentation, those charts, are these EBITDA, EBIT, cash flow?
It's a cash flow based calculation.
What are the units?
Is it?
I'm sorry, means euros.
I mean, thousands or millions or
No, no, they are the pure numbers.
So by 2017, we only have 42,000 euro.
Yes, but this number is increasing heavily. For example, in 2020, you will earn about 1 million euros a year.
But if I look at this chart, then basically the growth is slowing down. So from 2015 to 2016, the growth is more than what you have from 16 to 17. So you're actually slowing down, right? Yeah, roughly whatever, 59,000 growth from 15 to 16, and then you have 44,000 from 16 to 17. So that means, I don't know, 38 in the next year, and then it goes down and down.
Maybe the chart not perfect.
Yeah. Can you actually answer me the question? So I invest 3 million, what do I get in return? And why?
Yeah. You will receive almost 20% in every year in average, and after 12 years you will get about 10 million euros.
Okay, gold made last year 30%. Why should I believe in a startup if I can just put it into gold?
Maybe.
Because we think that the company value is going to increase much better at a better rate than the actual revenues. And that far, there are several exit strategies or exit possibilities. For example, like being acquired by one of the big players, or maybe going to IPO in several years.
But 12 years is still a really long time. I have to close the funding 10 years, and I usually plan on holding one investment for like 5 years. So this is kind of out of scope.
Yes, and as we plan, only the revenues are going to increase in this lower rate, but our consumer base will increase the value of the company at a higher rate. So we hope that you are not, so you shouldn't wait 20 years for your return of investment, because in 10 years the value of the company, increased, your shares are also at a better condition.
You also suggested us to enter to the large enterprises market and to develop a solution for them. And my question would regard that what is the reason behind? Because I would guess that it's like a different market, like a segment, and it would also need much more cost and navigating accounts and so on.
Exactly. We would like to deliver them key account management. So it's we have the technology for it. We have to tailor it for them. So basically, what we need to put in is more work. But if we are going to have connections with large players in the big corporations, it really pays off. So it really pays off to put in the extra work because it's gonna on the long run it's really gonna pay. So we already have the existing technology for it. We just have to integrate our
The last question.
I'd like to make some inquiry on small and medium-sized enterprises. As far as I know, they are happy with the free products. Why they pay for this kind of solutions?
I think they are definitely not happy with the free product because we only provide them limited data access. So it's up to 5 gigabytes, and I believe that only it's only up to 5 users. So they need to upgrade to our, and they need to buy our products. So
what would be the key advantage they would get by our product?
By upgrading and so they will get basically the encrypted activity log. They will get on the long run, and they will not only they will also have the shared documenting editing, and they will also be granted fully encryption, which they not get with the Dropbox or with the other competitors.
Thank you so much, Team B.